Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Cheri. I'm your host, Cheri, and today I have my co-host, Nic, with me. Hi, Nic.
Hey Sherry, so glad to be here today. This is one of my favorite topics actually.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Well, because I think making new friends is something that everyone struggles with, right? It's not just beginners. Even native speakers sometimes find it hard.
That is so true, and today we're talking all about that. How do you make new friends? In English, of course. So if you're learning English, this episode is perfect for you. We're going to give you real phrases, real vocabulary, and real tips you can use today.
And the best part is we're going to keep everything simple. This is an A1, A2 level episode, so don't worry if you're a beginner. You'll understand everything.
Exactly, and even if your level is a little higher, you can still learn a lot. Sometimes going back to the basics is really helpful.
So true. Okay, should we get started?
Let's do it. Okay, so Nic, let me ask you something. When you were learning a second language, did you find it hard to make friends in that language?
Oh, definitely. I remember I would see people at school, at work, at the coffee shop, and I wanted to talk to them, but I didn't know how to start. Like, what do I even say?
Yes, that is the number one problem. People know some English, but they don't know how to start a conversation. They freeze.
Right, they just stand there and say nothing, and then the moment is gone.
So today, we're going to help with that. We're going to talk about three main things. First, how to start a conversation. Second, how to keep the conversation going. And third, how to stay in touch after you meet someone.
That's a great structure. Let's start with number one, starting the conversation, because that first sentence it's the hardest part, right?
It really is. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be complicated. Simple is best.
Okay, so what are some good ways to start a conversation with a new person?
Well, the easiest way is to talk about something you both can see, something around you. For example, if you're at a coffee shop, you can say, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" Or, "That coffee smells amazing. What did you order?"
Oh, I love that. It's natural. You're not forcing a conversation, you're just reacting to what's happening around you.
Exactly, and it's low pressure. The other person can answer with one word or they can say more. It's up to them.
So, what about at a class or a course, like an English class, for example?
Great question. In a class, it's even easier because you already have something in common. You can say, "Hey, is this your first time here?" Or, "How long have you been studying English?" Simple questions, but they open a door.
And I think the key word there is open a door, right? You're not trying to have a full conversation right away, you're just opening the door a little bit.
Yes, that's a beautiful way to put it. Open the door and see if the other person walks through.
What about compliments? Can you give a compliment to start a conversation?
Yes, absolutely. A sincere compliment is a wonderful way to connect. You can say, "I love your bag. Where did you get it?" Or, "Your English is really good. Have you studied for a long time?" People feel good when you notice something positive about them.
That's such a warm approach. Just make the other person feel good, and they'll want to keep talking.
Right, and one more tip, use their name. If you meet someone and they say their name, use it. Say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah," or, "That's interesting, Mark." It feels personal. It shows you're paying attention.
That's so simple, but it makes such a big difference. Using someone's name really does make the conversation feel more connected.
Okay, let's pause for a second and go over some vocabulary, because in this section we used a few important words and phrases. Let's review them.
Good idea. First word, seat, as in, is this seat taken? A seat is a place where you sit, a chair, a spot on the bus, a place at a table.
And taken means not available. Someone is already using it. So, "Is this seat taken?" means, is someone sitting here? It's a very polite and common question.
Next phrase, in common. We said, you have something in common. This means you share the same thing. For example, you both love music or you both study English. You have something in common.
And the last one, sincere. A sincere compliment is a real, honest compliment, not fake, not just to be polite. Sincere means you really mean it.
Great. So, seat, taken, in common, and sincere. Write those down.
Okay, let's move on to section 2. How do you keep the conversation going? Because starting is one thing, but then what? A lot of people start talking and then silence, and that's really awkward.
The awkward silence. I know that feeling.
We all do. So the secret to keeping a conversation going is asking follow-up questions. A follow-up question is a question you ask after the other person answers.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say you ask someone, "Where are you from?" and they say, "I'm from Brazil." Now you can ask a follow-up question like, "Oh, which city?" or "Have you been in this country for a long time?" You're not just asking one question and stopping, you're showing interest.
Right. It shows that you're listening, that you care about what they're saying.
Exactly, and that's what makes people feel comfortable. When they feel heard, they relax, and when they relax, the conversation flows naturally.
What if you don't understand something the other person says? In English, that happens a lot, especially when you're a beginner.
Great point, and this is so important. Don't pretend you understood. Just say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "I'm not sure I understood. Can you explain?" People will not be upset. They will be happy to repeat or explain.
That's actually a really important social skill too, not just a language skill. Even native speakers ask people to repeat things.
Totally. It's not embarrassing. It's respectful. It shows you want to really understand.
And what about topics? What are good, safe topics for a new conversation? Like, what should you talk about?
Great question. Safe topics for new friendships are things like your job or studies, the place you live, hobbies, food, travel, movies, music. These are easy topics that most people enjoy talking about.
And topics to maybe avoid at first. Things like politics, money, religion. Those can get complicated quickly.
Yes, save those for when you know someone better. With a new person, keep it light and positive. Make them feel good about the conversation and they'll want to see you again.
That makes total sense. First impressions matter, right?
They really do.
Okay, I want to try something. Cheri, let's do a quick phrase practice. I'll say a situation and listeners can think of what to say. Ready?
I love it. Go ahead.
Okay, situation 1. You're at a gym and you see someone using a machine. You want to use it next. What do you say?
You can say, "Excuse me, are you almost done with this?" Or, "Hi, is it okay if I use this after you?" Polite, simple, and it opens a small conversation.
Nice. Situation 2. You just met someone at a party and they told you they love hiking. What's your follow-up question?
You can say, "Oh, really? Where do you usually go hiking?" Or, "Do you have a favorite trail?" Show curiosity. Ask them to tell you more.
Perfect. And situation 3. Someone is talking and you didn't understand what they said. What do you do?
You say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?" Both are natural and polite.
Excellent. Listeners, these phrases are your tools. Practice them. Say them out loud. The more you practice, the more natural they will feel.
Okay, section 3. This is the part that people often forget about. How do you stay in touch after you meet someone? Because sometimes you have a great conversation and then you never see that person again. And that's a little sad, right?
It really is. You meet someone interesting and then they just disappear from your life.
So at the end of a good conversation, don't be afraid to say, "I really enjoyed talking with you. Would you like to exchange numbers?" Or, "Are you on Instagram? Let's connect." It's friendly and it's natural.
And honestly, most people feel relieved when the other person asks first because they were also thinking it but didn't want to be the first to say it.
So true. Be the brave one. Take the first step. And if the other person says no or they seem not interested, that's okay too. Don't take it personally.
That's really important. Not every conversation becomes a friendship, and that's completely fine.
Exactly. But you have to try. You have to put yourself out there. And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
And then once you have their number or social media, what do you do? How do you keep the friendship going?
Send a small message, something like, "Hey, it was great meeting you today." Or, "I found that coffee shop you mentioned. Let me know if you want to go sometime." Keep it light, casual, no pressure.
And suggest doing something together, right? Like, do you want to grab coffee sometime? Or, I'm going to that event on Saturday. Would you like to come?
Yes, an invitation is so powerful. It moves the friendship from we talked once to we actually spend time together.
And even small things count, like liking their posts, commenting on their stories, sending a funny video. These little things keep the connection warm.
Absolutely. Friendships need small moments, not just big ones.
You know, Sherry, I want to add one more thing because I think we sometimes forget that making friends is also about being a good friend yourself.
Oh, that's such a good point. What do you mean by that?
Well, when you meet someone new, it's easy to focus on what should I say? How do I sound? Am I interesting enough? But actually, the best thing you can do is focus on the other person. Listen to them. Really listen.
Yes, active listening. When someone feels truly heard, they feel safe. And when they feel safe, they open up. And that's when a real friendship can start.
And be consistent. Like if you say, let's get coffee sometime, actually follow through. Send that message. Make that plan. Because words without action, they don't build friendships.
That's so true. I think a lot of people have good intentions, but they don't follow through. And the other person ends up feeling like maybe they don't care that much.
Exactly. So if you like someone and you want to be their friend, show it. With small actions, with follow through, with consistency.
And one more thing, be patient. Friendships take time. You don't become close friends after one coffee. It takes many conversations, many shared experiences. Don't rush it, just enjoy the process.
That's honestly beautiful advice for any relationship, not just friendships.
Totally. Okay, I think we need to do a vocabulary check now because we used some great words just now too.
Let's do one more vocabulary check before we wrap up. Jerry, what are the key words from these last two sections?
Okay, first, follow-up question. A follow-up question is a question that comes after an answer to continue the conversation.
Second, exchange, as in exchange numbers. To exchange means to give and receive at the same time. You give your number, they give theirs, you exchange.
Third, put yourself out there. This is an expression that means take a risk, try new things, be open to meeting people, even if it feels scary.
And finally, keep in touch. This means to stay connected with someone, to continue communication over time, like texting, calling, meeting up.
Beautiful. So our key phrases today were follow-up question, exchange, put yourself out there, and keep in touch.
Okay, I think we've covered so much today. This was such a practical episode.
It really was. And I want to leave everyone with one final thought. Making friends takes courage. It takes a little bravery. You might feel nervous, you might make mistakes, and that is completely okay.
Every friendship starts with one small conversation, one hello, one question, one smile. That's all it takes to begin.
So this week, I challenge you, find one opportunity to start a conversation with someone new in English. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real.
And tell us how it goes. You can find us on social media or leave a comment. We love hearing from you.
We really do. Your stories, they inspire us. Okay, that's all for today's episode of English with Cheri. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, everyone. Keep practicing.
And keep making new friends. See you next time.
Bye.